This is the latest project to be coming out of the shed. Was going to be a CNC Plasma cutter, then turn into a CNC router, but I'm going to do both. I'm going to do router and plasma cutter, just be able to change the tables. I've just been working on welding the table up nice and square. I've just been, especially the inside welds, as I was doing those, I was trying to rack the table a bit. So I put that cross member on there just to keep it from racking. This is the side that I needed to push out first. I've got the top and bottom rail have no wind in. They're pretty good. There might be probably a couple of mils of wind on it. I might be able to straighten the wind out with the digger just by putting a little bit of force on it. The top rail between this one and that side, there's only about 1 millimetre difference between those. And on these screws, I've got the ability to true it up by about 2 mils, or I can just file those holes a bit bigger to push it a bit further. But that's parallel, there's no wind in it. Now we're just going to make a carriageway. So if we look down here, we are. These V bearings, roller bearings, will go along the carriageway, and a smaller bit of steel like this will be one on the top, one on the bottom, and the bottom bearings will have a tension system on them, so that when you wind them up onto a spring, or else I'll just have a slot there, and you can just pull them up and tweak them. I haven't decided which I'm going to do yet. And then we'll put just a bar up there to the gantry, and be another big one across the top of the gantry. So that's the next job, is just getting the carriageway done and the gantry. Got my plasma cutter going really well. It has never cut very well for a year or so, 2 years since I've had it. And thanks to George Cerner, gave me a bit of inspiration on getting it going. It actually worked out that that earth bolt was not done up hard enough, and it wasn't clean enough. To get the plasma cutters going, it has to be absolute perfect earth. Same with the TIG. To get the TIG going, you've got to have a perfect nice clean earth to get the TIG going. I'm only doing DC mild steel at the moment, so I haven't bothered about getting it too flash, because you can weld mild steel with a TIG with your eyes closed. So I've got all the bottles at the back, got the oxygen, acetylene, I don't use much, the CO2 for the MIG, pure argon for the TIG. I've got all this gear. I've got the motherboards, which is that one? That's the drivers, and there should be these ones here, I think, are the power supplies. So I've got 4 power supplies, so 2 power supplies, and I have 4 motors, fairly big suckers. So I've got 2 for the carriageway, 1 for the that's the 2 for the base of the carriageway, 1 for the slide across the top of the gantry, and the 4th one for the Z axis, Z axis. So we've got all the gears. We've got override stoppers. That's all the cables for the to go into the motherboard. So just about everything's here. So ready to give it a go. Get up and get running. I don't know a hell of a lot. Well, I could do it. I could put all the electronics together, but I'll get my youngest boy. He can do all that, just to make sure we don't do any mistakes, because I can see us doing a small mistake and frying something, so we won't do that. Oh, there's another little project that that's just coming up. Is the another one of these little tanks that I'm building, but I am going to do it with tracks. So this is agricultural chain. I think it's about 1.5 inches or something. What is it? Yeah, the pitch is just around about 40mm pitch, I think. So that would be, says inch and 1732s or whatever that is. So it's about a 40mm pitch chain, and it's 35 wide. So what I'm going to do is just get plates and just weld them across the top there. It'll be a couple of hundred wide, and it'll be 75mm, just plates, and then I'll put a grouser on, and it is actually going to be powered with a 12.5 horsepower Briggs & Stratton motor with electric start. So as soon as I get the plasma cutter going, I'll use that to cut out all the bodywork for this thing. I would say it's going to be probably 150 kgs. That little one there is about probably 60 or 70 kgs, so it'll be easy twice the size of that. Actually, it's going to be more than 150 when I think about it. That's just a bait launcher to go fishing that I've been working on. A lot of toys in here, don't finish anything, just started everything. So I've got to get this one finished, because this has been on the cards now for probably 1.5 years, and I haven't started it. So we'll get this one finished. When I get a bit more on the way and I've get a few more bits and pieces done, I'll give you another video. Probably in about a week's time, I'd say, we'll be up and running a bit better. We'll see you then.